If you are fuller in the midsection or you have straight boyish figure that is straight up and down, you are probably lacking waist definition. Well, actually, I fit in both. Today, I want to share with you 10 very easy and doable styling tricks that are gonna help you to create instantly slimmer waist without diets, without gyms, without Spanx. Sounds promising. But at the same time, in return, I want you to promise me that you're gonna take care of your diet and you will go to the gym, okay? Deal? Let's start with the tip number 1. Belt it up. What? How can I belt it up if I don't have waist? I know it might sound controversial, but you have to know several tricks in order to define your waist successfully with a belt. First of all, make sure that you are wearing a good supporting bra. Because usually women who are lacking waist definition, they do have bigger chest. And that's why you have to lift your girls up in order to create a little bit longer torso, which is instantly making you appear leaner. But secondly, that it creates additional space for the belt. Okay? When placing the belt, it is important to find that sweet spot that is usually a little bit higher than your natural waistline. Yes, that's right. You are not placing the belt on your natural waistline because you want your belt to sit a little bit higher on the rib cage, because that is the slimmest part of your torso. And third, very important thing to pay attention to is to the clothing styles that you are wearing with your belt. So you want to choose clothing items that flares out below the belt in order to create additional volume on the bottom part, because then in comparison your waistline will appear slimmer. And for this reason, fit and flare styles works perfectly. So fit and flare dresses, flared skirts, fluted skirts, flared trousers, wide leg trousers, even those free-flowing shirts and blouses. And lastly, pay attention to the width of the belt. So you want to choose the belt that is not too skinny, keeping in mind your proportions. If you are petite and you don't have a lot of bulges around your midsection, then you can go for a skinny version of belt. But if you are tall and you have wide shoulders and big breasts, then opt for a wider belt. That is how you can make the belt work wonders for yourself in order to create that slim waist effect. Moving on to the tip number 2, reshape with peplum. So peplum tops and jackets, blazers, blouses, they are another option in order to create slimmer waist effect. The tailored lines and seam at the waist defines your shape, while the flared bottom hides belly if you have any and creates additional volume that helps creating an illusion of narrow waist. So the principle here is really similar to the tip number 1, because you are creating additional volume just in order to make your waist appear slimmer. So how to style peplum tops? Peplum tops look the best paired with slim bottoms. So pencil skirts, straight trousers, skinny trousers, fitted trousers. This style combination is great and flattering for so many different body types. And peplum tops, they are considered to be classic items. However, I noticed that many designers are bringing the style back, which is great because it makes the style even more relevant, and it means that it will be easier to shop for the style as well. Moving on to the tip. Tip number 3, invent your waist with a wrap dress. It should be considered as a wardrobe staple, as again it is flattering for all body types. It creates a nice silhouette because self-tie accentuates your waistline at the right spot, and you can adjust the height a little bit. Of course, the width as well, which is perfect. Secondly, the crisscross neckline is universally flattering, and for the ladies who are big-chested as well. And that little flare on the bottom skims over even if you have wider hips. So wrap dress is one of the pieces that you can rely on 24/7, day or night, weekends or weekday. I guess I have to stock up. Moving on to the tip number 4, and here we're talking about the power of blazer. Not a simple blazer, hourglass blazer. The power is in its name. Hourglass blazer gives you an hourglass silhouette. Hourglass blazer is perfectly tailored to fit feminine curves, and no worries if you don't have any, they're gonna be created by the volume of that blazer. Perfect. And you don't have to do anything. You can eat, drink your coffee with sugar only for today. Tomorrow, finito. But if you don't have this type of blazer, or it is a little bit too dramatic for you, then you can opt for tailored blazers that the outer line brings out the curves. So usually these blazers have a one button closure, they do have peplum, or they do have a belt. The blazer which is straight up and down won't do anything good to you. But you can save all those blazers in order to create more curves to yourself when you are wearing straight fitted blazers, is again to belt it. I cannot help myself, belts are everywhere. Oh, belt, save my day, save my look and laugh. Oh, belt. I love belts. If you are that person who just doesn't like belts at all, then the next trick is for you. Trick number 5, and here we are talking about open blazers, cardigans, long gilets or short gilets or biker jackets, whatever. Just leave it unbuttoned. Open, unbuttoned, unzipped, unbuttoned, not closed. Open. When you are wearing an item which is not closed, you are creating narrow waist because all attention goes to your midsection, but no one can see what's going on the sides. So unbuttoned item trims your body at the sides in a camouflaging frame. For even better effect, make sure that you are wearing contrasting colors, and preferably the top that you are wearing underneath your jacket is in brighter colors so that it's gonna stand out from your whole look. And also do not forget to tuck in your blouse because that will gonna elongate your legs. And since you still do have those camouflaging frames, don't worry about your belly or love handles because no one gonna see that. Et voila, this open jacket is a real secret keeper, side's secret keeper. So the next trick is very simple and sounds like this. Tuck in your top. Slipping your top inside your waistband is an instant waist maker. Whether you choose a fitted look or a little bit looser version of your blouse. For a sleek effect with no bulk or bulges, try out black opaque bodysuit with a snap crotch closure. So this type of bodysuit instantly smooths out your silhouette. If you are a little bit self-conscious about wearing this kind of top, then you can opt for a little bit looser, lightweight top. However, there is a trick to make sure that you feel comfortable and that love handles, if you have any, will be hidden. After tucking in your top, you have to lift your hands up above your head, which I cannot do right now, and then twist to one side and another side. In this way, you're gonna create just the right amount for yourself to move freely, and if you have any muffin top, that's gonna be hidden in that fabric. But not too much, and you won't look that you are hiding something. It will look that you are just comfortable. For the ones who doesn't love to tuck in their blouse, I want to remind you that there are several ways how you can tuck in your blouse. If you like the things a little bit looser and that relaxed chill vibe, then you can choose front or half tuck in. That is also flattering and helps to elongate your legs. It is important that your blouses are not too long, so it is enough to tuck them in, but it's not too much of fabric because excess fabric gonna create those bulges even if you do not have any. Moving on to the tip number 7, go for a higher rise. As we already been discussing, if you do not have that very defined waistline, usually the narrowest part of your torso is a little bit higher than your natural waist. That is why it is important to choose a good rise for your pants and your skirts, which is usually a little bit higher. Even going for a centimeter or 2 centimeters can make a huge difference. For every woman, their sweet spot will be different. For the ones who has bigger chest or has a short torso, that sweet spot will be high but not too high. Sounds as a mid-rise might be perfect, because you need to leave enough torso space not to look disproportional. Also, I have noticed that different scenarios might apply for skirts and for pants. So for example, you might go for a higher rise when you are wearing skirts, but in case you have some bulges around your midsection, then probably the same rise pants might look not so flattering on you, because you are basically hugging the problem area and showing off what you have. Where with the skirt, it just, flares out and you cannot see any bulges around, but the pants, they usually tend to hug everything. So what you can do about that, you just have to notice what is working for you. So try out different styles, try out different silhouettes, different brands, different fabrics, and do not forget to take photos so later on you are able to make the comparisons and see what styles and what rises are flattering for you the most. Moving on to tip number 8, which is expand your neckline. The principle goes that if you are creating additional volume on your bottom part or your upper part, that's gonna make your waist appear slimmer. So in this way, if you are choosing a little bit more open neckline and broader shoulder line, that's gonna create more volume on your upper part, your waist in comparison will look slimmer and more narrow. Narrower? This means favoring wide necklines like scoop necks, boat necklines, off shoulders. What else? So those expanding necklines, they are creating slimmer waist effect. And don't be tempted to fill that open space with necklaces or scarves. Just let that free space do its job and to balance off your thicker waist. Moving on to the tip number 9, and here we are talking about statement sleeve. You see, we are improving. We talked about the more volume on the bottom, more volume on top, and now we're talking about more volume on your sides. Basically, the principle goes that if you are creating more volume on your sides, which means on your arms, by wearing tops with statement sleeves, ruche sleeves, puffed, ruffled sleeves, Giedre sleeves, mainly sleeve styles that create additional volume on your sides, then in comparison, your middle section will appear slimmer. In order to balance off your voluminous sleeve, it is important to choose form-fitted fit. So just to make sure that you are not drowning in fabric and not trying to hide yourself. So you don't need that. The sleeve is gonna do the work. Another important thing when choosing a top with statement sleeve is to choose the right length of the sleeve. And basically it is the longer the sleeve, the better, because you want your midsection to go into the second plan and your statement sleeve to play the first role in your look. Now moving on to the last tip, which is old as this world, color blocking. So strategically place color blocks. They at the same time hides and frames your body. So it's basically like cropping the picture. You are cropping out your sides, or you are cropping out the, several centimeters off from your waist. For example, this dress is an instant hourglass figure maker, which is easy, fast, flattering, and very comfortable. So you can opt for blouses, you can opt for dresses. It's just important to pay attention that the color blocks are creating the effect that you want to create. That's where all the tips and tricks how you can create instantly a slimmer waist effect. And do not forget that the principles are quite basic. Fit and flare, fit and flare. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like at the gym, you know? In fashion, simple rules applies as well. So you want to be fitted at the waist and flared at the bottom, or voluminous on the top half of your body. So guys, that is it for today. Do not forget to love yourself and to take care of your body, because all those illusions are working, you know, just for today and maybe tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Sending you lots of love. Take care and goodbye. Bye.